All right, I am at a really cool place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is First and Lewis, and known as Whittier Square. It was the first, well, I tell you what, first suburban shopping district. But let's talk to a lady here in Urban Furnishings about what's going on here. Hey, Rebecca. Daryl Baskin. Listen. You started to tell me some stories about what's happening here, and
yeah.
I want people to know about it.
Oh,
so
great.
we're in Whittier Square,
Right.
and this was an old suburban shopping strip, really. I mean, the first suburban shopping district in Tulsa. Circle Cinema's here, and it just kind of became decimated. Ziegler's, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about Ziegler's, and everybody's heard the commercials.
Yeah. And they're such nice people.
You've got your art studio and Urban Furnishings, which has been around. You say 36th and what's your other location? 36th and Peoria. So everybody knows about that.
We moved out of that location, so we're here.
This is the current one.
This is it. Right.
But there's more happening. I came out here to get some Mexican food, and had never stopped by your place. And this is like the new art district. Would you close that for me, sweetie, please? A coffee shop coming.
Who down?
Tell me.
Down here, the big building, white building. Ziegler's bought that property.
You're kidding. The old adult store, the old adult bookstore.
Yeah.
Is going to be a coffee shop.
Upscale coffee. They're in Whole Foods. It's their roastery.
Really?
I think that's what it's called.
We have needed a coffee shop here.
Yes.
And of course,
they're great people too.
This.
That's within 30 days.
That's cool. What else is happening along the strip?
Restaurant has been open for maybe 30 days, maybe 60 days.
They've done a cool job of decorating that inside. It looks really awesome.
This building down here, we're moving to a larger location, and then it's the next 90 days.
Now, what's happening along, like you've got the Circle Cinema,
yes,
which has been, the foundation has been rebuilding and refurbishing that for years.
South of it, there are two buildings. One that was a former Sweeney's building.
That was in the news recently. What's going on there?
What I know, so I only speak from second information, but I know there's about 38,000 square feet there, and a construction company has bought it. I think the original plan was to move their company there, and then they quickly outgrew it. They're really growing fast, so they're going to develop it for retail, office, hopefully some galleries will, pop up there, because this boulevard, Admiral Boulevard here, there's art. This is why I moved down here for a couple of reasons. One, to lease my building on Peoria, and that was an opportunity. I've been doing it for 20 years, so I want to develop a painting. Marjorie Atwood, I came down to visit her. She's down here, a fine artist. When I saw her space, I took this one. Down this way to the west is Tulsa Girls Art School, and then Mark Lewis, who's the one of the TU professors, has a studio there.
And the story here, I mean, if you look at this looks like an old downtown, but the story is that it was kind of an old downtown district of its own, because Admiral was cut off by I-244 when that was put in, and you can see that on platting maps.
Right.
But now it's
the Admiral Boulevard, the boulevard played a big role in this part of town.
But once it got cut off, it just kind of fell apart.
I think that was part of it. I think a little bit of it had to do with moving the Route 66.
Sure.
To the south.
All that change.
Right, yeah.
But it's back.
Yeah, and the TU plays a big part in the development that's going on down here. And the Main Street, Tulsa Main Street, Main Street America, which Ed Shore is one that can speak more about that.
Well, if you've been, most Tulsans, they think of Lewis north of 11th as being really, really sketchy. And with all of the crack houses and the old apartments and things that have been torn down, that just doesn't exist anymore. There's new streetscaping, there are new owners, new apartments, new office structures, and then you take these really cool storefronts like what you have here at Urban Furnishings, and you've got an eclectic arts district that's just coming out of the ground, and many people don't know about it. I want to invite you down here. My name's Daryl Baskin. I sell real estate here in Tulsa, and I just love to see these old areas getting new life. And come down, grab some Mexican food, stroll the streets, see a movie, look at urban furnishing, see the art. And Rebecca, you've brought me up to speed. I haven't caught up on a lot of that,
Well, it's
and this is
so
great.
quickly. We've been here a year, and we're early. We knew that because
Sure.
the guys that own the building do all their own work on the build out, so it takes a little while for them to get there. I think we're 90 days away from our new location, but I knew it would take a while, so we have done well this year. We've done really well. Ziegler's Williams is a ton of traffic. We love being across the street from Ziegler's, and of course, if I'm running out of paint, I just run across the street.
Yeah, you've got it.
I run across the street.
They always do my important framing work.
Oh yeah, and they're just lovely, lovely people. Very cooperative, and